Gonna head bob until you.
Welcome to the C3 Sports Podcast. I'm Cody. That's Kale. That's Colin. Boys, we got baseball. We got football. We got NFL trades just out of the blue coming down the line.
They're not out of
How
the
was
blue.
it?
It's June 1st.
Yeah,
That's why they're happening.
I know. It was just
Out of the
more of
blue.
a out of the blue because I was completely into college baseball mode this weekend, as were you. And then it's like, oh, hey, there's NFL trades going on.
June 1st, baby. They don't make as big cap hits after June 1st. We can deal them now.
Yeah. So, how was your boys' weekend?
Sad.
Yeah.
Not good,
Turtles.
man.
Hey, we got good news. Jordy's having a baby.
Dude, unbelievable. What
Right?
she gets, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
3 months pregnant.
Yeah.
This isn't just like last week.
Yeah. Doing it all season. Also,
Yeah.
congratulations, because my girl is off the market.
Dude,
Bergie got engaged.
Dude, it was like the Husker basketball weekend of engagement.
Yeah.
Bryce Sanford got engaged. Cale Jacobson got engaged. Sam Hoiberg got engaged. All this weekend. Like boom, 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 consecutive days.
Good
Dang.
for them. Hoiberg got an invite to the Pacers. So, just a lot
What?
happening.
Sam
local.
Hoiberg?
Yeah, I gotta
the
try out.
Hoiberg,
Well
So-
done. Well done.
All right. So now that we got our depression from baseball and softball out of the way, what did you guys think of regionals, and how bad does it shit on March Madness?
Dude.
I wouldn't say it shits on March Madness. It's like it's a different tournament, right? Like,
Yeah, March Madness one and done, where here you have life.
right.
How many teams did we see lose and then come back?
Right.
Right. Yeah, I got to see sporadic, just a few games here and there. I was busy on the weekend, so I didn't get to see a ton of stuff. But the thing that stood out to me the most was, I think, like the tightrope that UCLA played all weekend.
Yeah.
And ultimately didn't end up even making a super, like that was kind of crazy.
You think they could have used Will Gasparino on Friday?
Well, it didn't help him on Sunday.
Yeah.
Got Will Gasparino, so
He had a home run Saturday.
Yeah, it's just wild to me. Like,
Well,
and they were lucky. They were lucky to get out of that Virginia Tech game.
right.
Yeah. Right.
Back-to-back homers to tie it and then take it to extras. Dang.
They just kind of walked the tightrope the whole last
Month.
I was gonna say, didn't they do that during the Big Ten tournament? I mean, they were on
Yeah.
the ropes like
They won with 3 walk-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they should have lost the first 2 to Washington the last week of the regular season.
Yep.
Washington had them beat, was up a run with 2 outs in the 9th inning, got a ground ball to the shortstop, and he freaking booted it, and the next guy comes up and hits a 2-run bomb to give him the lead.
Yeah. They did the same thing against Sac State.
yeah.
They had to come back.
Georgia Tech.
So that was more shocking than UCLA.
Right. I thought for
Right.
sure. I was like, they're winning the whole damn thing. Like,
Well, the 2 teams I picked to win, be in the College World Series final, both got knocked out this weekend. Georgia Tech and Florida. Colin's
In
about to
Florida?
tell us I told you so with Oklahoma.
No, but I told you had Georgia Tech overvalued because their pitching staff sucked.
Their pitching staff
Their,
was bad.
their pitching staff is so bad that they had to bring in a dude that they threw for 120 pitches on Sunday. Dude threw 120 pitches on Sunday, and they brought him in the ninth inning on Monday to try to close that game out because they trusted nobody else.
He's just not Jaden Wowoda. He just can't do it.
No, Wowoda had a day off.
Yeah. I thought the Georgia Tech guy was Saturday, Monday.
No, well, maybe he was. Maybe he
He was
was.
Saturday, Monday.
But he also gave up a home run in the seventh inning on Saturday to whatever his name was that hit the walk-off.
Yeah. Taki.
Yeah, whatever his name was. Whoever he is.
Yeah.
So we're obviously, I mean, I'm not to jump ahead, but like we're obviously on Friday, a couple days away here, get 4 games going right away
Yeah.
for supers. So
Do you want
I
to?
think it's fascinating, just to pause for a second, like this whole Little Rock Troy matchup.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I love it because I don't care who wins that. I mean, I kind of want Little Rock too, just because I'd rather buy a Little Rock shirt and hat and stuff at
Yeah.
the CWS. But I'd be okay with Troy too.
Yeah. Well, that's where I wanted to go to
No.
next with regionals was what Troy did in their regional.
They lost the first
Losing-
game.
Yeah.
Lost
then
the
come
first
back.
game.
Come back, beat Miami, and elimination.
I'll give you
game.
kudos. I'll give you your credit where credit's due because I know nobody else will. Cody, you've been on Troy
Troy.
for the last freaking 2 weeks or 3 weeks
Yeah.
or whatever it's been.
2
and
weeks.
sitting there at 36-30, and for some way they're freaking.
Dude, look at their schedule they played. It was insane. I was really happy to see that. Little Rock, they were impressive. I'm trying to remember, what one did they come out of? The Southern Miss?
Who? Little Rock?
Little Rock.
Southern Miss.
Yeah. And Southern Miss went 0-2 barbecue there.
Dude, Southern Miss should probably just never host a regional again.
Yeah. That was rough.
Rough.
We were
rough.
all in. All 3 of us were on USC winning that Texas A&M regional.
Hell yeah, baby. And guess what? Now that
Good
you-
pitching matters.
I
Yeah.
love that North Carolina USC regional.
Yeah, that's
The
gonna be,
USC Trojans of Southern California, not the USC Trojans of Gamecocks.
dude. Yeah, that announcement with Kevin Schnall to be the next USC head coach.
But that's not even true. Schnall has not accepted that job yet.
Yeah, because I won't believe it until D1 or 11.7 posts
Right.
it. That was just a local radio down in South Carolina.
Right.
Well, they would know.
No.
Wait, what?
How about Tennessee going 0-2 in regionals?
Good.
Yeah,
I
I
how about
don't. They might have their coach back next year. The way that the Giant season's going.
the 2 super regional matchups that are all SEC, where it's going to be a maximum of 4 teams to make the College World Series, or a minimum of 2, instead of the 8 that are left. Is it 8? 6 that are left. No,
Hold
I
on.
missed Texas. I missed Texas.
Newsflash, there's 7 left.
There's 7. I missed Texas.
Well, that's because Texas and Oklahoma are still in the Big 12.
Yeah. Dude, I hope
But
Kansas
I
makes
was
it.
counting Oklahoma and just not Texas.
Real
Yeah,
quick, though.
I don't know
sorry.
that Texas has the pitching to hang with Oregon.
Yeah. And Oregon's got good pitching to match their offense.
Right. What regional are you most excited to watch?
Super.
Super, yes.
Oh,
Well, we can't retroactively go back.
yeah. So, as far as the talent, I would say North Carolina versus USC. But as far as like the old Big Eight and everything, Oklahoma, Kansas. That's gonna be fun. I kind of want to go to Lawrence, but not gonna get tickets.
The JUCO Jayhawks are going to Omaha, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Good for them, dude.
There's just something about the JUCO Jayhawks that I don't like.
Well, I'm pretty pumped
Colin,
about
who
our
would you-
JUCO pitcher coming to Nebraska next year, Mr. C4.
If he makes it, he might get drafted.
Colin, who would you rather see in a game in Omaha at the CWS? Kansas or Creighton?
Oh, Kansas by a long shot.
Okay.
Creighton could fall off the map, and I wouldn't care.
Well, speaking of Creighton, how about their conference mates, St. John's? 4 seed winning that regional, and we talked about St.
That's
John's
'cause
being a dangerous 4.
Florida State.
Didn't we have them at a 2?
Who?
St.
Didn't
John's
we
had
have
them
St. John's
three.
at a 2? Oh, a 3. Okay.
3. But that Florida State regional, there was nothing about that regional that I liked. Like,
Did you see Schnall's comments ripping Florida State?
about starting that game with
Yeah.
Mendez and Fluky.
No, just about with all the rain delays and how the teams were treated and the hours, like when they started games and then having to turn around and play again and all that.
Schnall's pretty good about just letting Florida schools have it.
Yeah.
He let Florida have it last year over something too.
Yeah. What excites you guys? I gave
Okay.
mine.
Okay, so here's how I ranked the regional matchups. I went through and I ranked them real quick. My favorite one.
Hold on, there's an electric guitar that is going crazy right now.
That's Kale playing sound bites.
No,
He's about ready to poo poo on us.
he's playing Guitar Hero. Give us a riff.
I'm excited for that Texas Oregon regional.
Yeah.
Like I'm interested to see how Oregon's pitching staff matches up against Texas's offense. But like Texas has got some dudes too in their pitching staff. They just like Sam Kozar is a closer, like and then so my next favorite one is North Carolina USC, just because I think USC is going to save Govell for a, if necessary, Sunday game.
Yeah, since he pitched so much this past weekend.
Since he made 2 starts in the in the regionals, I think Govell goes on Sunday, and they go. What is the other dude's name? Cervantes.
Yeah.
So I like that. I have to. There might be a little bit of skewedness here in this one. I'm excited to see Ole Miss's pitching staff versus Auburn's offense.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you this. Seeing them live, Ole Miss's offense sucks.
Yeah.
Like, they have 2 dudes hitting over 300. And, like, they had a guy starting in the Super Regionals playing. Their left fielder was batting like 167 coming into regionals. How does that happen? Like, you're in the SEC. But, like, I kind of fell in love with Ole Miss's pitching staff this weekend.
Well, maybe they'll have Hodgkiss next year to replace him.
And so I'm interested in that. So my number 3 regional is Auburn. I think the Mississippi State Georgia regional could be spicy.
Yeah.
Could be spicy. The big advantage there for Georgia is it's in their home Little League ballpark. So Valinkas might get lit up, but Valinkas against that Georgia offense is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And then Kansas, Oklahoma, old Big 12 rivalry. They're not that far apart. JUCO
Heck,
Jayhawk.
old Big 8.
I think Alabama is going to steamroll St. John's, so that's my number 8 regional. I think West Virginia is going to steamroll Cal Poly. So mark St. John's and Cal Poly to Omaha because my takes so far have been terrible through this deal. So everything I thought would happen would. So, but
Dude, I hope West Virginia makes it. Bring all them fans here. Let's play some John Denver.
that's going to put 2 Big 12 teams in Omaha, though.
That's fine.
And I think the Big 12 conference sucked this year in baseball.
Well, they
Like,
got more teams than the Big 10.
Yeah, well, clearly, if the Big
They
12
don't.
gets 2 to the
No, they don't.
freaking College World Series, they don't suck.
The Big 10 has 2, jackass.
Yeah, so they got the same.
They
Yeah,
got the same.
they'll have more. But
Well,
I
actually, the Big 10 doesn't have any in there because it's really the Pac-12.
right. So
Well, then the
Anyway,
Big 12's
thank
got
you.
4.
so I don't know, like that Troy Little Rock series really does nothing for me.
We'll just see
Um,
what Trojan breaks first.
Right.
How could you say it doesn't do anything for you? You hate
I'm not
Cinderellas.
I'm not interested in who wins that game. I'm just not like
Yeah.
whoever wins that game is not going to win a game in Omaha. I don't think.
So here's a question for you guys that was on.
Well, not everybody can win a game in Omaha. Someone's got to go 0-2.
Well, so Little Rock, Troy, West Virginia, Cal Poly, none of those guys have ever been to Omaha. So not only will 2 of those guys be qualifying for Omaha for the first time ever, they will also be winning their first game in Omaha.
Yeah.
Because they would be playing each other,
Right.
Yeah.
which is also awesome.
Real quick though, it was actually on D1 podcast. They asked, we all love a good Cinderella, but does it hurt the sport not having the playmakers that Georgia Tech or UCLA has being in Omaha?
No.
Not having those guys.
No. Why does that hurt the sport? That helps the sport. It like
Because
the one thing that we got out of this weekend is parity in the sport.
yeah.
Like it proved like Troy, Little Rock, St. John's, Cal Poly all making it out of those regionals against some blue bloods. Like Troy came out of Florida or St. John's came out of Florida State. Cal Poly coming out of UCLA. Like those are college baseball blue bloods.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's good for the sport in an NIL era where you're basically paying for wins at this point. Like that's good for the sport.
But will it bring the fans in that you would have had to tune in for Georgia Tech to see Von Lackey, Drew Burris, I can't say that kid's name.
I guarantee you, Cody. I will guarantee you that there's 28,000 fans that fit into TD Ameritrade. I will bet you 20,000 of them don't even know who Drew Burris or Von Lackey are.
But what about the TV ratings? That also is a big effect.
Don't matter.
I don't think that anybody knows the baseball prospects. This is not football.
Right. College baseball is on ESPN.
I didn't know who Von Lackey was until I saw Georgia Tech play in the ACC tournament, and then I got excited about him being a
college
potential
baseball is not on. It's not on marquee TV throughout the year. So
Yeah.
people don't know who these guys are. They know who the brand is.
Yeah.
Right. And when you're trying to sell me that Georgia Tech's some brand, they haven't made a super regional in 20 fucking years. So are they a brand? Like, who is Georgia Tech? They haven't been to a super regional in 20 years.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't know that.
They're not a brand.
But they have 2 of the top 10 players in the draft.
I understand that, but you could walk around Omaha and ask people who drew
But we're not just talking about Omaha.
Well, but I'm saying, like, I don't care where you want to go. You can probably walk around Atlanta, Georgia, and ask people who Drew Burress and Von Lockey are, and they're not going to have a clue.
I would
debate that.
I would agree with it only because I think that baseball is viewed through the scope that college baseball is not a heavy hitter because of the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Like, because of minor league baseball and the access to
because you won't see them for 3 or 4
high school
years.
kids.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's changing, but it takes a while to,
right.
to fit
if,
into the.
If ESPN would put more games on TV, or the Big Ten Network, or like the SEC Network, the ACC Network, they do a pretty good job of playing baseball. Like the Big Ten Network will play fucking gymnastics on the Big Ten Network when Nebraska's playing Illinois. Like, who gives a shit about sorry for the people that like gymnastics. 90% of people in America would rather watch Nebraska and Illinois, or Illinois and Purdue, or Iowa, Minnesota.
So is that I don't want to like make this go off onto its own thing, but I want to ask the question: is gymnastics pulling the ratings, or is this part of like an equity, schedule?
It's an equity schedule, I'm sure. That they're like,
because there's no way
ESPN plays gymnastics all the time.
Yeah, it's an equity thing where they're promoting women's sports and like, but I feel the same. I feel the same way about softball. Like America, like a lot of America, like I was listening to a chick on, I don't even remember what show I was listening to. I think it might have been just ESPN radio one day. I was driving down the road and they were talking to a lady that was a college softball expert on ESPN radio. And they're like, it's just a shame that some of these conferences, they're so big now that they didn't play. She didn't know that Nebraska and UCLA played in the regular season. She's a college softball expert.
Yeah.
I so badly wanted to call into the show and talk to that chick and be like, dude, if you're going to talk and you're going to spill stuff, at least know what you're talking about. Like,
right.
UCLA and Nebraska for sure played in the regular season.
Yeah, Nebraska took 2 of 3.
Right.
Right.
And then there was somebody else, like, and then I seen something on Twitter shortly after, because she said something too about like, I think it was Texas and Texas Tech. She was like, they didn't, or maybe it was Tennessee and Texas Tech, and somebody's like, they absolutely played in the regular season.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyways,
if she was smart, she would have known that prior to the CWS, Nebraska's last loss was to UCLA.
Correct. In the regular season.
Yeah. All right, let's make our super regional picks so we can get into quarterback talk, because we are 24 minutes in.
Yeah, that's all right. That was a good segment. It's a good segment. That was organic. We love organic.
It was fun. So we'll just go top left and work around. Cal Poly versus West Virginia.
Does Max Yell start game 1?
I say no.
Okay, and back to proving my point, Cody. Like, I love college baseball. I watch a ton of college baseball.
Yeah. But when I text you about Max Yell, and
I'm like, who? Never heard of her.
Yeah. Just the Big 12 pitcher of the year.
I didn't know that he was the Big 12 pitcher of the year. I had not a clue. But again,
well, here's the thing.
The only 2 Big 12 teams that I watched this year were the JUCO Jayhawks and the K-State Wildcats, and that's because Nebraska played them.
Okay, so here I just gotta say, like, I've had this conversation about Cody with a couple different people, like the way that you can just keep track of all this shit. Like the day you told us that Northwestern won lacrosse, my jaw was like, what? I mean, I was just like, who's following this? You know, like, and we're just like, how do you just have that just like that? Like,
I did know that too, because they did promote the hell out of it at the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like they talked about it on the Big Ten Network during the Big Ten championship game that Northwestern won women's lacrosse.
Like, I will say, I'm genuinely impressed with how much like how much you can pick out of your brain of all the shit you follow. Like it's kind of impressive.
I got a new tagline for you, Cody, for this super regional.
Are we talking West Virginia still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Country roads take me Omaha.
I love it. I love that.
I'm taking Cal Poly.
All right.
Who do you got?
Has anyone got a spreadsheet up to keep our picks?
Yeah, I actually created one on our baseball
Okay.
document. It's called NCAA, and
Okay.
I have all the. I didn't like. I'm not. I guess I could type in who each one of us has.
Kale, by the way, leads us. He had 8 of the super regionals, and Colin and I had 6.
Well, geez, I was bad.
Yeah, I was.
Get better, boys.
Long way to go.
If only UCLA and Georgia Tech, the 1 and 2 seeds, would have got in, I would have been perfect.
Chalk.
Chalk.
Jayhawk. Rock chalk.
So, rock chalk.
All right.
So, I gotta pull it up. I have like 19 tabs open right now.
Little Rock or
Close.
Troy? Little Rock or Troy? Let's go.
Troy. Gonna ride him, baby.
Kale?
Little Rock. Little Rock, Arkansas.
Calling for the tiebreaker.
Dude, it's Troy's hosting a super regional. Troy is
Yeah.
hosting a super regional. I repeat, Troy.
Right?
36 and 30.
I don't think there's any shot Little Rock beats them.
Give me Troy.
No, you already took it.
No, you can't.
It's already on the sheet.
We can't
I
go a
didn't
clean
say-
sweep.
I didn't go with Little Rock.
Yeah, you did.
I was talking about Little Rock Wrestling.
Fine, I'll change it.
I'm kidding.
Well,
Ghost.
Little
Keep it
Rock
with,
is going to the CWF.
give me Steven Little from Little Rock.
All right,
All right.
I'm just gonna type in for me. I'm gonna pick the Trojans.
Okay. Well, I'm picking the Trojans in the next one.
God dang it, Cody.
USC. USC versus North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Come on and raise up.
Here,
All right.
let's do this so it looks. It's too close to freaking USC. It's hard to differentiate.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ole Miss Auburn.
I liked the way that Auburn bounced back, but they were also in a super shitty regional. Give me Ole Miss. I think they're more battle tested.
Ole Miss.
And like Colin says, pitching wins.
I want Trinidad Chambliss and the Ole Miss Rebels.
Love me some Trinidad.
That's for sure to go south right there.
Yeah. Auburn hosting.
And
I kind of like Ole Miss after what I saw in Lincoln.
And we just clean sweeped them.
Yeah. Do you think we're doing that because of recency bias because we saw so much of them?
Well, and the Auburn struggled so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like Auburn's been so up and down this year, and I don't feel like Auburn is that good. Like it's part of my SEC not thinking they're as good as everybody else thinks they are.
Yeah.
Like I just
Agreed.
talked about in a couple segments ago how bad Ole Miss's offense is. So, like, and here's the thing again, Auburn's ace Joey Marciano or whatever the hell his name is started 2 games at regionals.
Yeah.
Max Yell started 2 games at regionals. Grant Govell started 2 games at regionals.
Yeah. All right. Are we going bottom right or top right?
Top right. Boomer Sooner versus JUCO Jayhawks.
Kansas.
I want to see Kansas, but I'm going to go Oklahoma, riding the momentum of last weekend.
Thank God.
So we didn't have another clean sweep.
No, because me and Cody were 4 for 4 prior to this.
Oh, were we really?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I wasn't even paying attention. Well, we're probably about to be the same on the next one because Roll Tide roll.
Bama.
Bama versus St. John's. Sorry, Johnny's.
That is clean sweep. That's not the color I want.
Ollie.
All right, I got Oregon
versus Texas. Yeah,
I got Oregon.
I got Oregon.
I got Oregon.
We know who Kale has.
You bet.
The picks that are sure to go wrong.
Right.
So if you're a betting man, you're taking Auburn and you're taking Texas.
And St. John's?
No, St. John's.
No.
St. John's don't have a chance.
All right, Mississippi State versus Georgia. Give me the Bulldog. Well, they're both Bulldogs.
No, Jesus.
Mississippi State. I think Georgia's too dependent on the long ball.
Okay.
Are you gonna pick? Or are you waiting for me?
I'm torn because there's a piece of information here that is very crucial to who wins this series.
Is it Phelps being suspended for game 1?
You're an ass clown. Because I was going to tell Kale that after he made his pick. Because I was convinced that Kale had no idea that Trey Phelps was suspended.
I don't even know who Trey Phelps is.
It's like Georgia's best player. After their player towards
you didn't know who the Big 12 player of the year was, so why would I know anything more that's on the same line of thinking just because it's the SEC?
It just means more, Kale.
I'll take the Georgia Bulldogs, though, just because they won 4 games over Mississippi State already.
I don't think Phelps being suspended matters. That ballpark is small enough that it's
they swept them in Starkville too. So.
And Valinkas can only start 1 game.
Sticking with Mississippi State.
I'm going Georgia. So then I can be different from you on 2 regionals.
Which means we're going to split and then be even.
And I'm going to take her home.
Yeah, probably.
Because Cal Poly and Little Rock are going to get to the freaking CWS.
Oh, Cody just disappeared.
Cody!
My computer in.
Cody, where'd you go?
Oh, man. All right. So that's our super regional picks. Now what are we doing? Are we going straight into the college football talk? Because
yes, sir. So
it only took us 35 minutes to intro the super regional.
Let's go. So for this segment, we did a top 30 quarterback breakdown. We're going to give 30 through 21.
Quarterbacks in what?
College football.
Oh, thank you. For those of us that were thinking that we were going to do NFL, you're a freaking loser.
Yeah. So we each gave a top 30.
That'd be interesting though to break down NFL quarterbacks.
Oh God, I would. No, because everyone loves the person I hate the most, so I'd put him
Philip
dead
Rivers.
last. No, I wouldn't put Mahomes last.
Dude, Mahomes
I
is the
still
best
like him.
quarterback in the NFL, and it ain't
And
close.
But we're talking college football quarterbacks.
Right, correct.
So we each did a top 30, and then we did a composite. So we're going to do 30 through 21 tonight. And the composite might give away some of our higher, might not, but who cares?
Okay,
And
so
we
let's
like to argue.
let's do let's do it this way. Let's start by us each listing who our number 30 quarterback was,
Right.
and
I
then
say-
give composite number 30.
Well, do you want to give our 30 through 21, then do the composite so the composite doesn't give away?
Okay, that'll work.
All right. So at 30, Kale and I actually have the same with Austin Simmons of Missouri, and Colin went with Jared Curtis of Vanderbilt, the
The
5-star freshman.
5-star incoming freshman. Never played a college football game, but he's a top 30 college quarterback. Baby.
It's gonna be
It's
interesting.
hard to give any freaking insight on Jared Curtis though.
Yeah.
No, but I actually, so I like the reason why I put Curtis at number 30 is because he went to Vanderbilt. He flipped from Georgia to Vanderbilt like the day before signing day,
Yeah.
and he could have taken the money to go to Georgia,
Yeah.
and instead he went to Vanderbilt, and to me that means something.
It just reminds me of another 5-star quarterback who flipped from Georgia and went to another school.
Oh my god.
And he was pretty good.
He's pretty good at lying down in the fetal position.
Well, that's because his uncle was a terrible line coach.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
enough of him
Yeah.
for the show. 29.
He's gonna make his way on every freaking college
He
football
is.
show.
He is. So,
Just can't do
Well-
it without it.
did we mess up by not giving our honorable mentions? Or fuck
No.
'em?
No, we'll talk about those last.
Okay. that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 29, I went with Caton Hauser for Illinois, the transfer from East Carolina. Colin went with a transfer himself. He went with DJ Lagway at Baylor. And Kale went with Jaron Kawe Sagapalute. However the heck you say it, but I love that kid from Cal. This is where it gets fun, guys.
Okay.
We are all so different.
So I think DJ Lagway is I think Florida's coach was so bad. Like DJ Lagway is good, and I think he just completely quit on that team in Florida.
Yeah.
Like I actually think that DJ Lagway could be higher on this list. But because of how he looked last year at Florida, you
Yeah.
can't put him any higher because of how bad he was. But he could be a top 15 college quarterback.
Yeah. And he's out of the fishbowl that is
Right.
Gainesville.
Right. He's got a nice mansion in Baylor, Waco,
Yeah.
Texas.
Hopefully he doesn't start any.
Kale,
It'll
why
be
did-
interesting with him.
Kale, why did you go with Spatula at 29?
Bachelor. All right, well, we just established a name. That's good.
I love it.
Well, I think he was actually pretty good a season ago, despite the struggles that Cal has. And then they brought in a new coach.
Yeah.
And so, like, you leave from having a defensive-minded coach in Justin Wilcox into obviously shifting that mindset because Cal could not score and he can throw the ball, but they just
They
gotta have
they
some more
did against
weapons around him.
SMU.
Yeah, his
They-
SMU game
that
was
Cal-
unreal.
Well, that's true.
Me and Cody were texting each other at like 1:30 in the morning, watching Cal and SMU put up 30 points in the last 2 minutes of that game. It was
Yeah.
like football on steroids. It was a track meet for the last 2 minutes.
His
Well,
stats
yeah.
against SMU: 31 of 40 for 330 yards and 4 touchdowns, 77% completion percentage, and he didn't
Right.
get sacked once.
And that's against the SMU defense that we
Shut
were
down
hoping
Carson
we were
Beck.
going to have. Yeah, and we were hoping we were going to take that
I
D coordinator for a while.
Yeah,
so but here's the problem. Okay. So I'm glad you brought this up, because this is getting a little bit of off topic. But you can't look at a defense like that and be like, well, they gave up 40 points to Cal. Well,
yeah,
how long were they on the field? Like, when your defense is on the field and your offense goes like one possession, they gave up a long touchdown drive, and SMU scored in like 2 plays in 13 seconds, and they were right back on the field.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
what do you think is going to happen? Like,
Right.
you just gave up like that. Like, that's what happened in that game. Is Cal established a drive on SMU's defense, went and scored. SMU's offense went on the field, went boom, boom, touchdown. Cal came back and went boom, boom, touchdown. SMU went boom, 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 touchdown. Like,
Yeah.
it was like both defenses were just gassed and hoping that somebody was going to cause a turnover to get a stop or something.
Much
Because-
like game in 2019 that Kale and I were texting about, UCLA, Washington State.
right, like,
Oh yeah.
So-
what was that kid's name? Went to the Browns, played quarterback for UCLA.
Oh, dude, black guy.
Brett
No.
Hundley,
Dorian.
No,
Oh.
Dorian.
the baby
Dor-
goat, Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
DTR.
DTR, baby goat. I'll just
Yeah,
just
that was crazy.
I'll speak on Kale's quarterback and why, like, newsflash, he's not in my top 30 because he's left-handed.
Yeah, we know you don't like the lefties.
But you like Tim Tebow.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to throw the football. And guess what? He wasn't very good at it either because he was left-handed. Just like old freaking tweak out Tua left-handed. He gets freaking killed dead because the right tackle's not your blind side.
Right.
So
Right.
he gets blind side from his right tackle all the time. And like with Tua, you got to play your left tackle at right tackle.
Right. And then I went with Hauser. I just liked what he did for ECU last year.
Right.
3,300 yards, 19 touchdowns. And with him going to BLM, he's not going to be asked to do a whole lot.
It'll be manage the offense.
Yes,
manage
game
the
manage.
offense.
I just really like that pickup for him.
Not as much managing if he was at Iowa.
Yeah.
At least Illinois actually runs offense.
Right. Moving on.
Oh, Iowa's offense is going to be good.
28.
Well, they always are on Black freaking Friday.
Yeah. 28. I went with Anthony Calandria. Colin went with Aaron Philo, and Kale went with Connor Weigman.
So, for those that don't know yet, like, Calandria is obviously at Nebraska. Philo went to Florida. He was at Georgia Tech backing up
Haynes King.
Yeah. And that's where Buster Faulkner went, is Florida.
Yes.
So
That's
he followed
which-
his OC.
That's why I like what Philo
Can
is
do.
going to offer.
But
Is
that's
because
not.
when you're
He's
when your former OC brings you in out of the portal, you obviously got something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not like he's a totally
Left-handed.
different quarterback. He's a
He's
totally
not
different
left-
quarterback from Haynes King. So like their offense was completely different too. It's not
Right.
the same Georgia Tech counter run,
Well, that's
jet
because
sweep.
the guy in charge of the Georgia run game is the Nebraska line coach, bitch,
Well, that's not true
not the Florida OC.
because it's the Georgia Tech guy, not Georgia.
Well, the Georgia Tech line, the Georgia Tech run game coordinator is the Nebraska O line coach, not the Florida OC.
So going
Keep going,
on,
Mokio.
No, I was just
I went
saying.
with Calandria. Calandria had an unreal season last year, but I want to see him do it against Power 5 competition.
Well, he was with the quarterback whisperer last year, though.
Well, we'll see what he does in Lincoln.
Dan Mullen
against-
wasn't very good in the Power 5 either.
Dak Prescott was.
Dak Prescott got beat up by the flex bone, so we all know how the flex bone can just be dangerous.
So I do think Calandria can be higher, but until a Nebraska quarterback does something, I won't put him high.
Yeah, exactly. Show me first. Got to prove it. I went with Connor Wayman from Houston. Surprise team of the year last year, probably, in my opinion. I mean, won 10 games.
Yeah.
They had the inside track to, well, I guess they would have had to win a Big 12 title game too, but at one point they were like a real threat to making the college football playoff. You know. So
Yeah.
And that was largely due to his play on offense, and he can run the ball, and I like running quarterbacks. He's not dynamic, but he's a physical guy. And I think their offense is kind of like interesting to watch. It's just kind of like, it reminds me of like Josh Davis from the Huskers. Like, just, I'm going to go get 4 yards because of my ability can't get me more than that. But he does it every time. So
there's a little bit of Willie Fritz there too that you got to be like, yeah, you're good.
Mhm.
So we move on. 27. I kind of went with the wild card. I went with Stevie and Geely of Syracuse. Colin went with Gunnar Stockton of Georgia. Kale went with Lenoris Sellers of South Carolina. Talk about a fall from grace with Sellers. Like beginning of last year, they're talking about he might go to
1-1.
Yeah.
They were talking he was going to be, or not, maybe not 1-1, but the first best quarterback, top quarterback. Yeah.
Hey, little backtrack here.
Yeah.
How does 15 of 21 for 203 and 3 touchdowns and 11 for 83 sound against a power 4 team?
Well, who's the power 4 team?
UCLA. That's what Calandria stats against UCLA.
I was going to say, it's the only one that UNLV played.
Yeah, well, go look at TJ Latif's stats against UCLA. How did that work out?
He got hurt.
I was at Colin's house for that. We were all in shock. We're like, holy shit. TJ Latif is belief in Latif.
I think that Latif Calandria race for the starting job might be closer than people think it's going to be.
Yeah, because once he tore that hamstring,
he was not the same.
No.
Because even like look at his first drive against Penn State, and then he got hurt, and we did nothing. Okay.
I have an opinion on Calandria. Just want to see what you guys think. I think Calandria has some Diego Pavia to him, where fuck everybody. He's just gonna go out there and do whatever he wants and just ball out. Except he's taller than 5'5".
I was gonna say the problem is the Clander is not 5'7".
Yeah, exactly. But do you get what I mean with like his playmaking ability?
Yeah, but he'll also put the ball in harm's way a little bit. Calandria will. That could be a little bit of his downfall. Like that was part of his issue when he was at Virginia was he turned the ball over too much.
Yeah.
But
All
Danny Boy fixed that. So
yeah.
anyways, moving on.
So I went with Angeli because prior to his injury, dude was lighting it up. 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Just, I really liked what I saw, but also Keeley's is pretty tough to bounce back from.
Yeah.
The reason why like everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, you slept on Gunnar Stockton, right? Because you guys both have him significantly higher than I do.
Not that. I'm like 5 spots ahead of you.
I know, but like to me, like he does nothing for that Georgia offense.
I don't like him. I
Like-
basically put him there because he's gonna end up having good stats with Georgia.
Right, but like he does nothing. He does nothing to help Georgia win a game.
No. Although I will say there was some specific situations last year. Gosh, I want to say, did they play? Was it Tennessee? They played early that I was just like, how
they
did
came
he
back
make
on.
that throw?
He
because he
has
could not do that the year before.
And
He
he
has
couldn't do
some-
it against Alabama.
He has some flashes, but like overall, like he just like if
He reminds me a lot of Sam Keller. Just check it down.
like
Stetson Bennett.
if I'm going to like when I was ranking this list, I'm thinking like game on the line, fourth quarter, you need one drive. Who do you want to be your quarterback? Gunnar Stockton is not him.
Yeah, no way. No way. Okay.
All right, moving on.
Who did kill?
I had
Have their
Lenore
Sellers.
Sellers, but
Sellers.
it's just more of like he's got to bounce back from the. I mean, I
Right.
just think South Carolina is going to bounce back. It's the
Well,
law of averages. Like
He had no help last year.
Well, his
amazing 2
offensive
years
line
ago.
was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were awful.
And what's scary is that dude is now at Nebraska
Yeah.
as the run game coordinator.
So 26 is I went with Kevin Jennings, Colin went with Damon Williams, and Kale went with Bryce Underwood. And those are 3 athletic dudes.
Again, Damon Williams is not a guy that I want the ball in his hand down 3 with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Like
No, I do.
you go look at Ohio State, the full Ohio State game tape last year. He was so bad. We already talked about it before we started the show tonight. Like, and again, he's a dude that's
And he was bad against Oregon.
he's like 5'8".
He's tiny, dude. Like I respect that you love the dude. I do.
Oh,
But like
he's so much fun to watch. But apparently so much fun to watch against bad competitions.
Yeah, I was gonna say fun to watch against Oregon State.
yeah.
Let's talk about Bryce. Let's talk about Bryce Underwood because I have a take on him.
So it'll be interesting to see. Again, coaching change. Kyle Whittingham is in Ann Arbor. You know, how much of what we saw at Utah last year be any part of what Michigan does this year? Because with Bryce Underwood's athleticism and playmaking ability, even though he wasn't very great throwing the ball, but now if they utilize his legs at all more than they did a year ago,
Yeah.
that's just going to add a dimension. And time and time again in college, the best quarterbacks are the ones that can run and throw
Yep.
every year. And it doesn't freaking matter who you're talking about, other than maybe a couple outliers here and there. But the best
Okay.
quarterbacks year in and year out.
And Whittingham brought Jason Beck with him from Utah.
I have a take here with Underwood.
Michigan's going to make a leap.
A lot of that depends on Underwood.
Yep.
Right. And here's what I'll tell you. I watched Underwood play in person last year, and he has elite arm talent.
He does. Yep. We were both at that game.
The problem is the one thing that Underwood has to do in order to move up this list, and actually, I'll be honest with you, even move into my top 30. He's not in my top 30.
He's not mine either.
The thing that jumped off the paper to me, or the tape, the field when I watched him, is he's not very mature.
Right.
B, he has zero, and I mean zero, touch on his football. Like, everything is just a rocket fastball all over the field. And like, people are like, oh, his wide receivers suck. Well, yeah, you would suck too when you're getting a heater at you from 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Like, he threw a pick against Nebraska last year because he threw a rocket right at his running back and bounced it off his helmet, or wide receiver, bounced it off his helmet because his dude couldn't get his hands up there high enough, and the ball went flying in the air and Nebraska picked it off. Like he's got to mature, and and part of that maturing process is he's got to understand touch on a football.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he has to do to move up this list.
And watching him in person than watching him on TV, I don't think he trusts his arm because he doesn't stretch the field. He just checks down everything.
Right.
Mm.
I'm interested, Cody. We haven't talked about your guy Kevin Jennings here.
Correct.
You like electric factories.
Yeah.
But yet you put maybe the biggest electric factory on this list at number 26.
Well, you could argue my 25 too.
Like, anytime the ball is in Kevin Jennings' hand, they're liable to score.
Oh, yeah. But
why do you have him so low?
Yeah, well, like what's your basis here?
My basis is
I have one thing to say after this that I bet you didn't take into account.
For Jennings?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at a lot of my lists, I'm just not as high on the ACC quarterbacks because I don't like their competition.
You guys are nuts. You're nuts. The ACC is not that bad. Look what freaking Miami did, dude.
The ACC is clearly better than the SEC.
How can anybody say that ACC sucks? They had a 5-loss team win the conference. They're freaking good.
That was
because of a stupid tiebreaker.
Yeah. Go listen to Josh Pate this week.
Yeah. That's the most asinine thing I've ever seen, and I agree with Pate. I hope they figured out how to change that rule.
Yeah.
No, I do. I honestly do think that the ACC is better than everybody gives credit for, because everybody wants to seem to forget. And Colin, I know you know exactly where I'm going with this. The old week 1 game down in Tallahassee where Florida State knocked off Bama. Just started it.
Then Florida State came back to reality.
Yeah, that's all right. They beat one of the freaking SEC darlings who made the college football playoff.
No, but Jennings, and it's kind of what you talked about earlier. I'd like to see Jennings run more.
Okay, thank you for saying that. he didn't run last year because he played on a bad ankle after he got hurt against Baylor.
Yeah,
Boom.
see, I know he got hurt.
Yes.
So he was hampered all year. I mean, because they didn't have anybody behind him. Their season was
Right.
down.
He beat Miami, right?
Yes.
And Cody thinks he's
They
the
didn't,
20
they didn't run.
and
They
Cody
didn't run
thinks
him
he's
a
the best
lot though because of that
26th best
ankle.
quarterback. And he beat Miami, who was in the national championship with one of the best defenses in the country.
Yeah.
Hey man, Rhett Lashley chose to stay at SMU too. Like he had his pick of
Right.
going places too.
Yeah.
Like SMU is
And
lot of-
Rhett Lashley was an alum of Arkansas, wasn't he? And he was offered the Arkansas job,
yeah.
but chose
He's
to
like-
stay at SMU.
Heck yeah.
All right, we gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So speaking
25.
of electric factories, at 25, I went with Byron Brown of Auburn. Colin went with CJ Bailey of NC State, and Kale went with Malik Washington of Maryland. And I think I want to hit on Malik Washington because I think the three of us are probably one of the few podcasts that are as high on Malik Washington. That dude's a stud, man. I love watching him play.
He's a stud, but he's got a lot of Bryce Underwood to him.
Yeah.
Where like,
Honestly, didn't know anything about him until Colin said something going into the Nebraska Maryland game when you were like, I'm nervous about this cat.
Yeah.
yeah, dude, that
And then I paid attention and then I was like, okay. So
yeah. Here, okay, Cody, I'm gonna pick on you. I have CJ Bailey on this list lower than you guys do, not too much lower than Cody, but this is a Dave Doreen factor.
Yeah. With what he does with quarterbacks.
Yeah, they just don't do NC State quarterbacks don't do anything for me. Like again, I think he's playing for a lame duck head coach, and I just like they lost their best tool at running back,
Yeah.
Smothers, who we'll talk about in about 10 shows.
Yeah. But he also lost KC Concepcion and still put up big numbers.
Yeah, well, it's true.
But it's back to what you were saying with the Doran factor.
Right. Like okay, Byram Brown, Cody.
Yes.
I
I have him
think
significantly lower than both of you.
yes, and I don't think you know how good this dude is.
Oh, he's a stud.
he's so good, dude.
And
He's
his
so
coach
good.
literally took an SEC job. He went in
took
the
him with.
portal and followed him. Like
Yeah.
that's all you need to know. Like he took an SEC job, could have handpicked his quarterback out of the portal because every quarterback's like, yeah, I want to go play in the SEC, and he's like, I'll take my dude from South Florida with me, please, because the dude
Did
is
you overvalue South Florida's like blunder on their season?
No.
Because they were freaking ridiculous last year, other than maybe 2 games.
But do you see him going 3,000, 1,000 in the SEC?
Yes, he
Yes,
very
'cause
well
the
could.
SEC defenses aren't very good.
He very well could. Like I'm telling you right now, that dude might be a Heisman candidate. Like if he was a Heisman finalist, I would not be shocked.
I don't think so
Whatsoever.
either. But I do think he is very talented.
The reason why he probably won't be a Heisman finalist is because Auburn's not going to be good enough.
Yeah. Lamar did it, though.
Hey, Auburn was good enough last year if it wasn't for freaking dipshit playing quarterback. Jackson freaking what's his phone?
Arnold.
Yeah. The 2 teams that were freaking in the mix to win 4 games more than they did was Auburn and Mississippi State. Like
I'm
and it was their
actually-
quarterbacks that blundered everything.
I'm actually like looking at Cody's list now. I hadn't really dissected it, and I'm laughing at this.
Jeez, that is mean.
That's all right.
Wait till
Colin
you
and I
hear
are
who
very-
24 is.
and you'll hear my reasons why.
Oh my goodness.
24, I went with Avery Johnson. Colin went with Connor Wigman, and Kale went with Damon Williams. Avery Johnson with Colin Klein.
Sucks. Avery Johnson sucks.
No. I know you're not an Avery Johnson fan, but Kale, how much did we talk about Avery Johnson last year?
We did because he didn't. He's bad.
Didn't
He's
utilize
bad throwing.
him right.
They didn't run him enough. Every time they ran him, he'd score a touchdown. But they call
now
it
he's gonna have Colin Klein as his head coach.
Goodness gracious.
I don't hate this because it's funny because
he'd maybe be better if he'd cut his hair.
A year prior to this, Colin was all about Avery Johnson.
Yeah.
I want a Heisman with him on. I want a Heisman with him on NCAA. And the dude just sucked last year.
He was bad.
He was terrible.
But I don't think his offensive line was not K-State-esque last year either.
And I
they
don't
usually
think
have
he
a
was utilized
fairly good offensive line. Yeah. They didn't run if you put Avery Johnson in the same position that Haynes King was at Georgia Tech, you're talking about the exact same guy.
Probably
they are exact same.
No, he'd probably be dead because Haynes King is like a freaking cement block, and Avery Johnson's like a toothpick in a freaking haystack.
So we've already
because
hit
of his hair.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
His hair.
I'm gonna tell you right now the reason why they don't run Avery Johnson is because if they did, he'd be dead. Like if you put Avery Johnson in a Haynes King offense and asked him to do what Haynes King did, he would miss 6 games.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like they didn't run him.
I think he's going to be.
They didn't run him last year, and he still about died.
Getting sacked.
He missed a game with like a freaking lacerated spleen, didn't he? Or something like that, or was that 2 years ago?
I think that was 2 years ago.
God, I'm just mind
boggled. Last year, his family was fighting people in the streets over in Dublin.
Well, yeah, because he was terrible.
The only reason they had a bad year is because they lost that game in Ireland.
Yeah,
I have Connor Wingman this high because of Willie Fritz.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Well. Want to talk about
so the difference here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Haynes King 6'3", 215. Avery Johnson 6'3", 200.
Yeah, Avery Johnson's like this, and Haynes King is like this. That's 15 pounds of muscle. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's a lot of mass when we're talking muscle.
So 23.
Well, he does have a lot of hair too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people get excited. Okay, Kale, let's just take this to a pure coaching aspect right now. If you had an athlete that came back from a summer and you're like, I put on 15 pounds of muscle this summer, you would be absolutely stoked.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to validate that point, that you're making.
Well, the Haynes King had a year of development on him because obviously he's gone, and Avery Johnson's going to be 215 this year.
He might be 175 too,
and he might have cut his hair, and you'll all of a sudden like him again.
He didn't.
Moving on, 23. This is where I had Connor Wigman. Colin went with Colton Joseph, Wisconsin, and Kale went with Caton Hauser. So we get our first Colton Joseph appearance on here. He will get another one later, but Colin, talk to us.
I actually think Colton Joseph could be much higher on this list, but I don't think Wisconsin's going to be very good.
Yeah. Transfer from Old Dominion,
right? Like if you want to we were talking about this before the show. If you want to circle a NFL quarterback prospect to keep an eye on, Colton Joseph's a guy.
So
Old Dominion was good because of Colton Joseph.
He was fantastic.
So you wanted to hit
We'll
on
be
how
talking
bad
about him on the
Damon
next
was?
quarterback episode.
You wanted to talk about how bad Damon was against Ohio State's vaunted defense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Colton Joseph against Indiana.
Well, you're talking about completely different freaking levels of teams, Cody.
Still, you wanted to bring it up.
The national champion?
You're talking about a freaking FCS freaking.
It's not FCS.
Well, I understand that, but they might as well be FCS. I have a take on this later on another episode. But like you're not talking about apples and apples when you're.
I know what you mean. You're talking about Big Ten versus Big Ten, and then small school.
Yeah, you're talking about freaking Delaware versus freaking Miami. Like, two things are not equal. Like, they're not even recruiting. They're not even recruiting the same freaking playing field.
No. But 11 of 22 for 96 yards and 3 interceptions.
Yeah. Okay. Here's
Game one.
And here's also a take that
against the national champion.
I didn't watch the game, okay? Because I'll never watch.
That game was actually close.
I'll never watch Indiana because I can't stand them, other than if they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, tell me more because you don't have freaking Josh Hoover in your top 30.
Because he shoots, he scores, he sucks like a Hoover. Anyways, back to my regular scheduled rant here. He might have threw 3 picks, and those 3 picks might have been 0 of them his fault.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game.
Yeah, right. Like, they could have been off of his wide receiver's hands. They didn't catch the freaking football.
Hey. Colton Joseph kept him in a game. I mean, they only lost by 13 to the national champions. Bama couldn't do that.
Shit, Bama got ran off the field.
Colton Joseph beat Vautech last year or 2 years ago. I mean,
I think was it last year, game 2, right? Game 2 or 3.
Hey, Colin. So
yeah.
Cody's looked at the passing yards, but he didn't want to. He specifically left off Colton Joseph
yards rushing.
Yes, and 2 touchdowns against Indiana on 10 carries. Colton Joseph had. So,
yeah, dude, like Colton Joseph. Like Wisconsin could be sneaky. Like Luke Fickell.
And then we will have been 1 year off, Cody.
Now
Wisconsin.
Now here's the thing. Is Wisconsin is now on year 3 of bringing in a transfer quarterback, and so far they are 0 for 2.
Then both of them got hurt first game, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, but the guys they brought in, they were just freaking chumps.
Not really. Tyler Van Dyke was pretty decent at Miami.
No.
Then what? Wisconsin's got Alabama week 2.
Yeah, we'll find out how good Colton Joseph is week 2.
I might.
Is that at Lambeau?
Get my Wisconsin stuff back out.
No, and I could make you disappear in the hood of Kearney. I might anyways, that Indiana shirt on. I'm gonna have to come over to your house when you move to Kearney and have a freaking fire pit with you. You burn all your bad football gear.
Yeah, there we go.
So moving on.
I might get Curtis put on the back of my Vandy one.
All right, we're an hour and 13 in. We got 2 spots to go.
Oh, we're not doing all 30?
No.
What do you want this show to be? 2 hours?
So at 22, that's where I had CJ Bailey. Colin went with Alonzo Barnett of UCF, and Kale went with Gunnar Stockton.
Well, we've already talked about 2 of them, so Colin, take it away with Barnett.
Dude, Barnett was good.
Barnett was good at James Madison.
Yeah, took him to the playoff.
And well, did he though? They were a participant, and that's about as far as they went. But no, I mean, I just think Barnett is an interesting fit in the Scott Frost offense.
Yes. Yep.
Well, the aforementioned. Okay, James Madison. Like obviously because Alonzo Barnett is the man. We just got done saying that Old Dominion played Indiana close, but James Madison beat Old Dominion 63-27. So you gonna tell me that James Madison didn't belong in the playoff? It's transitive property, dude.
Yeah, well, go look at how bad they lost to Oregon in the playoff. But I don't think Barnett was actually that bad in that game.
Oregon had to waste all of its stuff in one game just to make sure they get out of that game. That's why they got beat so bad the next round.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
Yeah.
No, I was throwing Oregon under the bus there.
Okay, then.
So, any more you want to hit on Barnett?
Nope.
All right. And then finally at 21, that's where I had Malik Washington. And Colin had Austin Simmons. Kale had Anthony Calandria.
Which
We've
we've
kind
talked
of
about.
talked about all of them.
Yeah.
Couldn't put Calandria in the top 20 until we see it.
I think
don't
Austin
trust Nebraska.
Simmons. I'm going to be interested to see what Austin Simmons looks like with Eli Drinkwitz.
And it's a take that I'll steal from Josh Pate, and you, Colin, you listen to it, so you know what I'm going to say. There's a reason why he was the starting quarterback over Trinidad.
Right.
Until he got hurt. So can Drinkwitz tap into that, what Lane saw?
Okay. I got a question. Should we go through and list the rest of our top 30? Because like one of the guys that's in the composite here, we haven't even talked about.
No. Just because we'll break
two
them
of
down.
them. There's actually two of them. 30 on the composite we haven't talked about.
Oh,
either.
yeah. Well, I'm going to talk about him when we go to the composite.
All right. Let's just do composite because we'll break down our guys.
Because he's in the composite rankings because of me and solely me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At number 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm intrigued, but he's
Go
got to win that
ahead
job
and hit
first. Composite top 30. At number 30 was Keelan Russell of Alabama. At 29, Austin Simmons of Missouri. 28, Jerron Kawe Sagapolatili, or Spatula. Cal. 27, Lenoris Sellers. 26, Connor Wiegman. 25, Alonzo Barnett. 24, Colton Joseph. 23, Bear Bachmeyer. 22, Malik Washington. 21, CJ Bailey. Keelan Russell, you had.
Did Kale not have Kale? You didn't have Bear in your roster.
Mm-mm.
Gosh, you must not have stayed up for Big 12 After Dark and watched Bear run through people.
And that's what, when I was talking to Kale about it, I just liked that dude will just put the team on his back. He doesn't give a shit.
He's got a little. Who was our comparison to him? He's got a little Tim Tebow in him.
Yeah.
Can't throw for shit, but he'll run your ass over.
I mean, you say he can't throw for shit. He threw for 3,000 yards at a 65% completion percentage.
Well, that's against Big 12 defenses, Cody, and we know my feelings.
Yeah, we know Big 12 defense.
Most of that was in fourth quarters.
And he did not do well against Texas Tech.
No.
When he actually played a good team.
Okay. Here's why we're not even sure that Keelan Russell is going to be the Alabama starting quarterback, but I'm pretty convinced because I think last year Ryan Grubbs and Kalen DeBoer were doing their best Dana Holgorsen impression and coaching a quarterback that did not really fit their system, but it was who they had to use. I think Keelan Russell fits what Grubb and DeBoer want to do in the RPO game. And I think you have to look no further than what they did with Michael Penix Jr. and go, Keelan Russell is going to be just fine as their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm here as a resident Alabama fan. They're going to be good this year.
I have mentioned this before, but I think Ryan Williams is going to have a huge bounce back as well.
Keelan Russell. And it,
Okay,
and
I'm not
it
going to
could
say
be-
anything.
it could be Austin Mack, too. That's the other guy that's going to compete for that job.
What happened to what's our boy from Nebraska?
No,
Yeah.
that bro ain't playing a down at Bama.
So you brought up something interesting that I just want to throw out there. Michael Penix was a lefty.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
we're talking- but is Michael Penix worth a shit in the NFL?
We don't know yet. Jury's
Yeah.
still out.
Because he's been hurt. Because why does he get hurt?
right
He was hurt
tackle,
on the
Because the
blind
right
side.
tackle ain't the blind side, baby.
He was
Just move
also
Michael
hurt in
Orr
college.
over.
I'm telling you, cancel all left-handed quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
All right, that'll do it for tonight. That was fun, guys.
Yeah, let's get this going. 'Cause I was late up.
Sunday we'll have some results of super regionals because they don't end until Monday, and we will have.
They might all be over. They might all be over
They
Sunday.
could. They could. We'll have 20 through 11. Thanks for joining us.
What?